Hey everyone, Siobhan here. My Vlogmas video today is going to be a question and answer. I think a few weeks ago I posted on my Facebook page that I'd like to do one of these videos, and I got a few questions from you guys, which was really cool. I think my answers to them probably won't be as exciting as the questions are themselves, but we'll see. The first question is, I'm not very original in coming up with questions, but what inspired you to start making videos? And then the second one is kind of like a continuation of the first. How do you get traction with your videos, and how do you learn to do all the things in your videos, and how do you keep motivated to upload regularly with daily life and the way? That is all. Okay. I opened a YouTube account in 2007 because I just had a baby and I wanted a place to store all of my YouTube clips of her. And I was always a fan of the do-it-yourself videos, that whole beauty community. I thought it was great, so much fun. And a friend of mine, Robbie, he's from Mexico and he was here to study at the New York Film Academy. He noticed my interest in YouTube and he started to say to me, why don't you give it a shot? Why don't you try? And I'm really shy and I'm actually a very articulate person, but I tend to forget how to speak in front of a camera even though I'm in a room by myself. So because I'm so shy in front of a camera, it just didn't seem like something that I could do. And I think it was probably 3 or 4 months after he made the first suggestion that I filmed my first ever video, which was not very good at all. But I did reach out to a few of the YouTubers that I followed, and they were all really encouraging and very, very nice. And I'm just really lucky to have met them. Heather was one of them, of course. And another girl was Super Beauty Nerd. How did I learn to do all the things in my videos? Well, as a little kid, my mom kept my hair very short, and I was always very jealous of the girls at school who had really long hair. And I think by the time I was 19 or 20, for whatever reason, it suddenly occurred to me that I could grow my hair out because I'm old enough to take care of it now. And I just kind of practiced, and I guess in some ways I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and I will just kind of look at pictures or look at images of anything that I think is pretty, and I'll just sit there and try it and try it and try it and try it until it happens. But I have gotten information from other YouTubers. I've learned things from books, but probably mostly trial and error for learning how to do things. This question's from Heather. It's like a 3-parter, or actually a 4-parter, I think. Okay, so the first part is, what's the best thing you've ever eaten? New York pizza. But besides that, the best thing I ever had was this corn soup. It was so good. I was with my dad in this little town in Mexico called Oaxaca, and we were driving with some friends, and we stopped in this little village. I mean, it literally looked like something out of National Geographic. It was so surreal. And we needed to use the bathroom, and we noticed that they had this little sort of makeshift kind of tent with chairs and tables, and we sat down and we had some food, and the food was all made from scratch, literally right in front of our eyes. And the soup, I mean, I can still remember it. I've tried looking online for corn soups that have been from Mexico and recipes to make it myself, and it'll just never be the same as that one time. It was really awesome. The second part is what's your favorite Broadway show? Oh my god, this is insane. I don't know how to answer this because I've seen so many and they're all my favorites. My mom, when she was younger, she was an actress for a time, and she actually grew up in New Jersey, and she hopped over to New York, I think around 20 or so. So I grew up listening to her sing show tunes. I think that just kind of answers the whole question in and of itself. It's just I can't pick one because there are so many. Rent was probably really special because I saw that twice on Broadway. The first time with my best friend, we were 17, and it was for my birthday, and that was really, really memorable. And then I went and saw Rent again with my husband when we first started dating. And Rent is basically my generation here in New York, so it touched me very deeply back then, and it continues to whenever I hear the music. I guess Phantom of the Opera and Les Mis, I mean, definitely. Best concert you ever went to? I think one of the best, and this is gonna sound kind of weird maybe, or not weird, but I saw Rage Against the Machine in Roseland, and that was, I can't even describe like the feeling. Oh my god. 3,000 people like jumping off the wall. It was just so amazing. I've seen so many bands, honestly, but that one's really memorable because just everybody there was moving. Like, I mean, all the way back to the bar, all the people on the balcony. It's just crazy. What are your favorite childhood memories? And that's a really hard one for me to answer because I have different memories that I associate with different parts of the city that I've lived in. So it would be easier to ask me things like, well, what are your favorite memories from living in Greenwich Village, from living in Astoria, in Queens, or living in Park Slope in Brooklyn, or now on the Upper East Side? I think one that kind of comes to mind, when I was a kid, I got an American Girl doll when I turned 10 on my 10th birthday. And it was just something that I thought I would never get, and I just remember the feeling of opening that package. It was really awesome. Another one that I can think of is my mom was the president of the PTA at our school, and her best friend was Yvonne Thomas, and her daughter Dana is my, still right now, best friend. And a lot of times we were stuck after school waiting for them to finish their meetings with the teacher and the principal for events that were coming up, like recitals or, you know, street fairs or something like that. And Dana and I used to wander around the school after everybody had gone home, and we had the whole building to ourselves to play in, which was really kind of exciting and fun. So I remember that a lot. Definitely anything with Dana, like playing and sleepovers and stuff like that. Also, my Greek grandparents used to come over to the States like every year, and they would stay for like a month or 2 months, and I just remember that when they would be in our apartment, it was like a party pretty much nonstop, because that's what Greek people do. They hang around and they party. Got a question from Shannon. She asks, it's a two-parter. She asks first, where do you want to travel to? And that's really easy. Just everywhere, pretty much. In particular, I've always wanted to backpack across South America. I'd like to go to Iceland, visit Scandinavia, like all of Scandinavia. I've been in many places in Europe, but there are definitely a few countries that I haven't yet visited, and specifically, like, Rome is kind of one of my dreams. I don't know, I really want to go to Italy, and I go to Greece every summer, so I'm like not very far away from Italy, and I've never been there. So that's definitely a dream of mine. Probably Rome first, but then everywhere else. Second part of her question is, funniest embarrassing story that's ever happened to you. It was summer. I might have been like 19 or 20, and I had on a skirt and I guess like a t-shirt, and I thought that it was hot stuff, and I was wearing really sexy underwear. And it was the kind of pants that tie on the side, like underwear that ties on the side. Sorry, I'm kind of sick. And as I was walking down the street, one of the ties came undone. I guess it was rubbing against the inside material of my skirt, and my underwear just fell off in the middle of the street. And people did notice that they fell down around my ankles, and I like literally slipped my foot out of the other side and picked it up and put it in my bag and kept walking because I just wanted to get so far away from there. Next question has got a couple parts. Do you work part or full-time? What current job are you in? If you could do or be anything job-wise, what would you do? And what's your favorite holiday? So I'll start with the holiday one. My favorite holiday is Halloween. I love costumes and dressing up, but I also really love Christmas. I know that sounds so cliche. I love Christmas. It's so beautiful here in New York. There's so many lights. There's so many things to do. Yeah, definitely Halloween, followed by Christmas. I think my least favorite is Thanksgiving. In terms of job, I do not work right now. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and that is also another reason why I have time to do all of these videos. My first job was when I was 12 years old, and I've been working since I was 12. I only stopped working to have my daughter and keep her at home with me. I knew that she would be the only child that I would have, and I really wanted to be with her, so yeah, I quit work and I've been home ever since. I will say that at this point, I am going crazy a little bit. I'd like to go back to work. I don't have I've never had like a specific career. My attention span is like that big, and I get bored very easily, so I've had a number of jobs. Everything from, oh gosh, working on an ambulance, working for investment bankers, working in a travel agency, working in various doctor offices, working with children as an assistant teacher. So I've done pretty much everything, but I think my dream job at this point, and I'm hoping to in the next year go to school and learn how to do this hair thing professionally, because I would really like to do theatrical hair, for Broadway or for TV, and I'd also like to be a little bit better with makeup, because I'm pretty good with matching colors, but I'm not so good with painting it onto other people's faces. So for now, I feel like the hair is like my strength and the makeup is not. But yeah, my dream job would definitely be to work behind the scenes on some sort of project like TV or definitely film. Then I have a question from Julia, and there's a couple. There's a couple questions here. What do you prefer, coffee or tea? Definitely tea. And if tea, what is your favorite tea? So tea, I drink Barry's Irish tea. I like tea with milk and sugar. I don't really take tea with honey unless I'm sick, and I generally don't like tea with honey. And I like tea, but I'm not a big fan of like all those different kinds of flavored teas. I'm just, ugh. And the same thing with coffee. I like coffee with milk, a little bit of sugar, black. That's it. Don't mess with it. No weird flavors. Ugh. Now, for now, that's the end of my video. I really enjoyed doing this. It was kind of fun. I hope that it wasn't too long or too boring. And yeah, I guess I will see you in my next Vlogmas. Bye.